Welcome to our new series on Love English Lab. I'm Luna, and today I'm here with my amazing co-host, Megan.
Hi, everyone. I'm Megan, and I'm so excited about this topic. We're going to take you on a journey, literally, through one of the most exciting and sometimes stressful places in the world, the airport.
Exactly. Airports are full of energy, people rushing around, announcements echoing in the background. And for English learners, it can feel like a whole new language universe.
Right? There's so much specific vocabulary, words and phrases you probably won't hear in everyday conversations. Things like boarding pass, security check, or customs.
And we're not just going to say those words and move on. Every time we use one of these airport words, we'll explain what it means and how you can use it in real life. For example, a boarding pass is the paper or digital ticket you show before getting on the plane. Without it, you can't board. That means you can't enter the aircraft.
Exactly. And security check is the part of the airport where they look inside your bags and check that you don't have any dangerous items. You usually have to walk through a metal detector too.
The great thing is, we're going to make all this feel natural. You won't feel like you're in a classroom. Instead, you'll be right there with us in each situation, listening to how native speakers might handle it.
And we'll show you that you don't have to speak perfectly to get through the airport in English. You just need the key phrases, a little confidence, and the ability to understand what's going on around you.
That's right, and we're going to have fun with it. Because honestly, travel can be stressful, but it can also be an adventure, and language is part of that adventure.
So here's how this series will work. In each episode, we'll take you through a different part of the airport journey. You'll learn what to say at the check-in counter, how to talk to security, what to do at the boarding gate, and even how to handle conversations on the plane.
And in the final chapter, we'll be at your destination, going through customs and starting your trip in a new place.
Each chapter will end with us chatting about the words and phrases we used, so you remember them. We'll explain them in context, with examples, so you can use them naturally.
And if you're wondering about the level, we're keeping it friendly for B1 to B2 learners. That means we'll use clear, functional language, but also include some useful expressions, phrasal verbs, and idioms you can start using right away.
Like the idiom miss the boat. It usually means missing an opportunity, but at the airport, it could literally mean missing your flight, which we don't want to happen to you.
Yes, please don't miss your flight. And one more thing, we'll remind you that mistakes are normal. Even native speakers sometimes have trouble at airports.
I once went to the wrong gate because I misheard an announcement. I ended up running across the terminal just in time.
See, it happens to everyone, and that's why part of what we'll teach is listening for important details, even in noisy places.
So, whether you're about to take your first flight or you've been through airports before, this series will give you the confidence to handle each step of the journey in English.
I can't wait to get started. Our first stop is the check-in counter, where your trip officially begins. We'll see you there. All right, Megan, so here we are. We've just walked into the airport with our suitcases, and the very first thing we see is the big screen showing all the flights.
Yes, and this is when you have to find your flight number, the destination, and the status. I love that moment because it feels like the adventure is real now.
Totally. But it can also be a little stressful if you've never done it before in English. You have to know what status means. In the airport, it doesn't mean how you feel. It means whether your flight is on time, boarding, delayed, or canceled.
Exactly. And sometimes they even write gate open or gate closed. If you see gate closed, that's not good. It means you've missed the boarding time, and you need to talk to the staff right away.
Once we know our flight is on time, the next step is heading to the check-in counter. This is where you give your passport, your ticket, and your luggage to the airline staff so they can register you for the flight.
Right? And they'll ask some typical questions in English. Usually something like, "May I see your passport?" or "Do you have any bags to check in?" Now, check in here is a phrasal verb. It means registering for your flight and handing over your luggage, so it goes into the cargo area of the plane.
And don't forget there are two types of luggage, carry-on and checked baggage. Carry-on is the small bag you take with you onto the plane, and checked baggage is the big suitcase you give to the staff.
Sometimes the staff might say, "Please place your bag on the scale." That's when they check the weight of your luggage. If it's too heavy, you might have to pay extra.
I actually had that happen to me once. My suitcase was 2 kilos over the limit. I had to open it right there and move things into my backpack while everyone in line pretended not to watch.
I've done that too. And in that moment, you're so nervous because people are waiting in line behind you, and you feel like your whole life is on display on the floor.
So, Megan, how about we do a little role play of a check-in conversation so our listeners can hear how it might go?
Good idea.
I'll be the airline staff, and you can be the passenger.
Okay, let's go.
Good morning. May I see your passport and ticket, please?
Sure, here you go.
Thank you. Are you checking in any bags today?
Yes, just this one suitcase.
Please place it on the scale. It's a little overweight. The limit is 23 kilos and this is 25. Would you like to remove some items or pay the extra fee?
Oh, I'll remove some items. Give me 1 second.
No problem. Okay, perfect. Your bag is now under the limit. Here's your boarding pass. Your flight will depart from gate 14 and boarding starts at 9:20.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Have a great flight.
That felt real.
And that's exactly the kind of short conversation you need to be ready for. Notice how I used boarding pass. That's the ticket you need to get onto the plane.
And you said gate 14. The gate is the place in the airport where you wait to get on the plane. It's like the airplane's front door.
Another thing to notice is the phrase, have a great flight. That's something friendly the staff might say to you, and you can answer with thank you or thanks.
I think it's also useful to prepare for some follow-up questions. For example, sometimes they'll ask, did you pack this bag yourself? Or, has your bag been with you at all times?
Yes, and they ask that for security reasons to make sure no one else has put anything dangerous in your bag.
Another one they might ask is, do you have any liquids in your carry-on? Liquids have special rules. Usually you can only bring small bottles under 100 milliliters, and they have to be in a clear plastic bag.
I've forgotten that rule before, and they had to throw away my shampoo.
Same here. It's always a little sad to see your things go in the bin.
The good news is, once you finish the check-in process, you feel more relaxed because you have your boarding pass and you know your luggage is on its way to the plane.
Exactly. You're officially ready for the next step, security. But before we move on, let's go over some of the key words and phrases we just used so our listeners remember them.
Good idea, but let's keep it natural. Megan, what's one phrase you think people should remember from today?
Definitely check in. It's a phrasal verb you'll use every time you travel. And it's not only for airports, you can check in at hotels too, meaning you register your arrival.
I'd add boarding pass. Without it, you can't get on the plane. It's like your permission slip to travel.
And carry-on versus checked baggage. Carry-on is the bag you keep with you. Checked baggage goes under the plane.
Oh, and overweight luggage. That means your bag is heavier than the allowed limit.
Right. If you remember these, you'll survive the check-in counter in English.
And you'll do it with confidence.
Okay, shall we head to security in the next chapter?
Let's do it.
Before we run to security, can we rewind and talk about the very first seconds at the counter? People often worry about the greeting. Do I say hi or good morning? Do I say my destination?
Great point. Keep it simple and polite. A smile, good morning, and wait for the staff to lead. They usually ask for documents first. If you want to help them, you can hand over your passport and say, I'm checking in for the flight to London, or whatever your destination is.
And if you only have an e-ticket on your phone, you can say, here's my booking confirmation, or here's my QR code. I love when they just scan it and everything pops up.
Same. If your booking has a middle name or 2 surnames and it doesn't match your passport exactly, that's one moment when you should speak up. You can say, my reservation shows only my first initial. Is that okay? It's better to fix name issues right there than at the gate.
The scale can also be intimidating. The bag sits there and the numbers jump up. 22.7, 23.1, 24.9.
If you're nervous about the weight, ask before lifting, could you tell me the baggage allowance? Then you know whether it's 23 kilos, 20 kilos, or a different number. If you're close to the limit, you can ask, do shoes or a jacket count? Usually what you're wearing does not count, so people get creative and wear half their suitcase.
The famous airport fashion show. I once wore 2 hoodies, a raincoat, and a scarf just to move 1.5 kilos off my bag.
Classic. Another smart move is to bring a small foldable bag. If your suitcase is overweight, you can move a couple of items to your carry-on. Just make sure your carry-on doesn't become too heavy for you to carry.
That reminds me, sometimes the staff will check the size of your carry-on with one of those metal frames. If it doesn't fit, they might say, "We'll need to gate check this." That means your bag goes under the plane, but you hand it over at the gate, not at the counter.
Exactly. In that case, you keep your important items with you: passport, wallet, phone, medications, chargers. I always say, never check anything you can't afford to lose or need during the flight.
Speaking of documents, if you're flying internationally, they might also ask, "Do you have a visa?" Or, "What's the purpose of your trip?" Tourism, business, visiting family. Answer short and clear.
And they may ask for the address where you'll be staying. It's helpful to have the hotel name or a contact address printed or saved on your phone so you're not searching while people wait.
If there's a problem with the reservation, like your name is misspelled or the system can't find you, what do you say?
Stay calm and say, "Could you check under this booking code?" and read the 6-character code, like ABC123. Or, "I booked with my middle name. Could you search by passport number?" If the flight was changed by the airline, you can ask, "Could you confirm I'm rebooked on the 10 a.m. flight?"
People also worry about timing. How early should you arrive to check in?
For international flights, 2 to 3 hours before departure is safe. For domestic, 1.5 to 2 hours. If you're late, you can say, "My flight leaves in 45 minutes. What's the fastest way to check in?" They might send you to a priority lane if possible.
Let's do a second mini role play, short and sweet, about seats. You be the passenger, I'll be the staff.
Deal.
Good afternoon. May I see your passport?
Of course. Here you go.
Thank you. Any baggage today?
Just this one.
Great, you're under the limit. Do you have a seat preference? Aisle or window?
If possible, an aisle near the front.
I can offer 12C. Boarding begins at 1740 at gate B7. Have a wonderful flight.
Thank you so much.
See? Short, clear, and done.
And the key phrases there were seat preference, aisle, window, and boarding begins at.
It's amazing how far those phrases can take you.
Another tip, speak slowly and don't be afraid to ask the staff to repeat. You can say, "Could you repeat that, please?" Or, "Sorry, was that gate B7 or B17? Gate letters can sound similar in a noisy terminal.
And if you're not sure about the time, ask, "Did you say boarding at 9:20 or 9:30? Better to check once than miss a flight.
Finally, remember to keep your documents in one easy-to-reach place after check-in. I always slip my passport and boarding pass into the same pocket so I don't panic at security.
Same. And I take a quick photo of my boarding pass in case I misplace the paper copy. It also helps me remember the gate while I'm getting coffee.
So, if we wrap up this chapter, the check-in counter is about 4 things: identifying your flight, presenting your documents, managing your bags, and confirming your gate and boarding time.
And the language we practiced? Check-in, carry-on, checked baggage, overweight, boarding pass, gate, have a great flight. Those are your toolkit.
With that toolkit, you can walk up to the counter, smile, and handle it.
And then you're ready for the next challenge. Security. Deep breath, shoes off, laptops out, but that's for chapter 2.
Exactly. For now, enjoy the relief of hearing the printer spit out your boarding pass.
The sweetest sound in the airport.
Let's go catch our flight. After a coffee, obviously.
Obviously. On to security. Ready?
So, Megan, we've got our boarding passes, we've checked in our luggage, and now it's time for security.
Yes. The moment when everyone suddenly becomes a little more serious. You follow the rules, move in a line, and everything is about safety.
Exactly. At security, the goal is to make sure no dangerous items get on the plane. Your bags go through an X-ray scanner, and you walk through a metal detector.
Sometimes they also use a body scanner. It's the big machine where you stand with your feet apart and your hands over your head for a few seconds.
Before you go through, you put your things in trays, also called bins. Usually that's your jacket, belt, laptop, phone, and sometimes your shoes.
In the US, you often take off shoes. In many European airports, you keep them on unless the scanner detects something unusual.
I remember the first time I took my shoes off. I was wearing old socks and wanted to disappear.
I once forgot socks completely and stood on the cold floor barefoot. Lesson learned: wear socks and slip-on shoes for airport days.
So, what kind of English do you need here? You'll hear, please place your items in the bin, remove all electronics from your bag, and step forward.
And liquids must be in a clear plastic bag. Most airports limit liquids to containers under 100 milliliters that fit in one small bag.
If you're not sure, ask, is this okay to bring? Or, do I need to take this out of my bag? Security staff hear those every day.
Politeness helps. Could you tell me if I should take out my tablet, please? Is friendlier than, do I have to take this out?
And you'll hear short instructions like, hold still, raise your arms, empty your pockets, and take off your belt.
If the metal detector beeps, they might say, please step to the side for a manual check, and use a handheld wand or do a quick pat down.
I forget coins in my pocket all the time.
Once my hairpin set off the alarm. A tiny pin. The machine still found it.
Let's act out a simple pass through security so listeners can hear the rhythm.
I'll be the passenger. You be the officer.
Good morning. Please place your bag on the belt and your jacket in the bin.
Sure, here you go.
Do you have any liquids or electronics in your bag?
I have a laptop and a small water bottle.
The laptop goes in a separate tray and the water bottle must be empty.
I'll drink it now.
No problem. Please remove your shoes and belt.
Okay.
Thank you. Walk through the scanner. All set. Have a nice flight.
That was quick.
It's fast when you're prepared.
And that's the best advice. Be ready before you reach the front. Take out electronics, have liquids together, and empty your pockets early.
Even in non-English speaking countries, you'll hear these instructions in English because it's the international language of travel.
If you're unsure, watch what others do. The line itself teaches you the steps.
And if you still don't understand, say, sorry, could you repeat that please? Or can you show me?
Can you show me? Is my favorite. Short, clear, and universal.
Security staff work under pressure to keep things moving, so the more ready you are, the smoother it is for everyone.
Sometimes you'll be selected for additional screening. If they say, you've been selected for additional screening, it just means a closer look at you or your bag.
It's routine and not personal. Stay calm and follow the instructions.
Before we continue, let's clarify the machines. The metal detector is the doorway you walk through. The body scanner is the round booth where you stand with arms up.
If they say, please step into the scanner, that's the booth. Please walk through usually means the doorway.
If an alarm sounds, a short pat-down may follow. The officer explains each step and might ask you to face them and hold your arms out.
They may also swab a laptop or bag with a small cloth and test it. That's an explosive trace test. It's quick and harmless.
Let's do a second mini role play with questions. I'll be the officer again.
Great.
Please place your items in the tray.
Do I need to take out my tablet as well as my laptop?
Yes, please. Laptops and tablets in separate trays. Phones can remain in your bag.
What about this hand sanitizer?
If it's under 100 milliliters, put it with your liquids in a clear plastic bag.
I also have liquid medicine. Is that allowed?
Yes. Keep medical liquids separate and tell us before they go through.
Should I take off my watch?
A watch can stay on. Large metal jewelry and belts should come off.
Thanks. Here you go.
Thank you. Please walk through. You're good to go.
Short lines, clear steps. I like how predictable it is once you know the pattern.
And the pattern is always the same. Prepare, separate, walk through, and collect.
Speaking of preparing, I open my carry-on in the line, put my liquids bag on top, and pull my laptop halfway out so it's easy to grab.
I slide my boarding pass into an easy pocket and tuck my phone into a tray with my keys so nothing gets lost.
About the trays. Some airports say bin, others tray. Same thing, the plastic container that rides the belt.
If staff say one item per tray, they're keeping visibility high. Put your laptop alone, liquids together, and your bag in another.
People always ask about shoes.
In the US, unless you have a program like PreCheck, you usually take them off. In other places, you often keep them on unless asked to remove them.
Wear simple shoes and socks to make it easy. No one enjoys the barefoot shuffle.
What if the detector beeps because of a coin or a key?
Step to the side, empty the item into a tray, and try again. The second pass is usually clean.
Bags can be pulled aside too. You'll hear bag check, and your tray will wait at the end of the belt.
The officer opens it in front of you, explains what they're checking, and may run a quick swab. Stay nearby and listen for your name.
Often the problem is a forgotten bottle of water, a small tool on a keychain, or a jar of jam from the duty-free section.
If an item isn't allowed, ask, "What are my options?" Sometimes you can dispose of it. Occasionally there's a mailing service. Rarely, you can return to check-in.
Power banks confuse people. Keep them in your carry-on, not in checked bags.
And keep them easy to reach in case your bag is inspected.
Let's give listeners a tiny script of questions they can memorize. Is this allowed? Should this go in a separate tray? Can I keep this on? And could you repeat that, please?
After you're done, collect everything and move to a repacking table so the next person can use the belt. A quick thank you is always nice.
I run a mental checklist. Phone, wallet, passport, laptop, liquids, belt, shoes. If I say them in my head, I don't leave anything behind.
Many people travel with children. Strollers and baby liquids can look complicated, but they're manageable.
Usually you fold the stroller and send it through the X-ray. Babies can be carried through the metal detector. Formula and baby food are allowed in reasonable amounts. Declare them.
You can say, "This is baby formula," and they may do a quick test. It's routine.
Let's role play that in 2 lines. I'll be the parent.
Go for it.
Hi, I have baby formula. Is that okay?
Yes, please, place it separately and let me know if there's anything else. We may run a quick test.
Done. That was easy.
Travelers also ask about medical implants or metal joints.
If that's you, say, I have a medical implant. Is it okay to use the scanner? They'll guide you or offer an alternative screening.
A CPAP machine for sleep apnea usually comes out of the bag like a laptop. Tell the officer before it goes through.
The big idea never changes. Be ready, be polite, and be clear about anything special.
Understanding the flow helps too. First the queue, then trays, then scanner, then the collection area. Follow the arrows and signs like security checkpoint and please prepare your items.
Listen for short calls. Next passenger, wait behind the line, come through, hold still, and all clear.
One detail that confuses people is what counts as electronics. A good rule is anything bigger than a smartphone usually comes out. Laptops always come out. Tablets often come out. Cameras sometimes come out if asked.
And tiny devices like earbuds and smartwatches can stay in your bag or on your wrist. If you're unsure, ask before you load the tray so you don't have to backtrack.
Signs can help too. Watch for icons. A bottle with a line through it means no drinks. A belt and shoe icon means remove them. A laptop icon over a tray means separate electronics.
If you accidentally walk away without something, sunglasses, a wallet, go back to the end of the belt and tell an officer immediately. Most items are found within a minute because the area is monitored closely.
And keep your own responses short. Excuse me, is this okay? Where do I collect my bag? Did you say B7?
Be considerate. Keep the line moving. Don't film if asked not to. And keep voices calm. Staff focus on safety, not on making you late.
If you're running late, you can say, "My flight board's in 20 minutes. Is there a faster line?" Sometimes there's a family lane or fast track.
If your tray doesn't come out, ask, "My tray hasn't come out. Could you check, please?" They can follow it on their monitors.
Clothing choices help. Avoid heavy metal accessories, use a light jacket you can remove fast, and keep pockets simple.
Leave the massive keychain for another day.
If we had to summarize the vocabulary in a natural way, I'd say security is a little script. Trays for belongings, a belt that carries them into the X-ray, a metal detector or body scanner for you, and a few short verbs that guide everything. Place, remove, empty, step, hold, collect.
And the essential phrases are just as short. Empty your pockets, take off your belt, separate electronics, liquids in a clear plastic bag, you're good to go, and additional screening.
Once those live in your head, The experience becomes predictable, and predictable feels easy.
Which is our mission here, to make travel English feel friendly and doable.
So we've survived security. What's next?
The fun part, the departure area, coffee, shops, and that big board. We'll also find our gate and listen for boarding.
In the next chapter, we'll cover announcements, ordering food, and how to keep an eye on your flight without losing your seat.
Plus a few tips for using waiting time well, charging devices, staying near a screen, and setting a gate reminder.
For now, breathe, put your shoes back on, and enjoy the small victory of a smooth security check.
The best sound is still, "You're all set," and the sight of your trays rolling out.
See you past the checkpoint?
See you there. Let's find that coffee.
So, Megan, we've survived security, we've got our things back, and now we're in the departure area.
Yes, the moment you can finally breathe. The stressful part is done. Now you watch the clock, check the screens, maybe get a coffee, and drift toward your gate.
First stop for me is always the departure board, the big screen with flights, times, gates, and statuses. I confirm my gate and the boarding time even if my phone already shows them.
On those screens, you'll see on time, delayed, boarding, final call, and sometimes gate closing or gate closed. Those last two are the ones you hope never to see.
If you hear, "This is the final boarding call for flight BA 472 to London," that basically means move, politely but quickly. No more browsing the chocolate aisle.
Announcements can be hard to catch. The sound is echoey, accents vary, and you're hearing them over a crowd. That's why I cross-check the board after any announcement, especially for the gate letter and number.
I also set a reminder on my phone about 15 minutes before boarding. If the screen says boarding 15:40, I set an alarm for 15:25 so I'm already near the gate when they call my group.
Speaking of groups, many airlines board by groups, zones, or rows. You'll hear, "We will now begin boarding group 1," or "Rows 20 through 30 may now board." If you're not sure, your group is printed on your boarding pass.
Let's give listeners one clear practice announcement.
Sure. Attention passengers for Flight 236 to Paris. Boarding will commence at 16:05 at Gate B17. Please have passports and boarding passes ready. Families with small children and passengers requiring assistance may board first.
Perfect. If you only catch two things, make them the gate and the time. With those, you can always find the rest on the screen.
If something changes, you might hear, "Attention passengers on Flight 236 to Paris. Your departure gate has changed to C4. One word, changed, means gather your things and move."
I once missed a gate change because I assumed nothing would shift. Now I treat the screens like a heartbeat monitor for my flight. Quick checks every few minutes.
After I find my gate with my own eyes, I explore nearby so I'm never far away. If I get coffee, I do a time check. Line length, walking distance back, and how long until boarding.
Ordering is excellent English practice. A simple, "Could I have a latte, please?" works everywhere. In the UK, you might hear "take away" instead of "to go." And they may ask, "For here or to go?" or "still or sparkling water?"
Still means no bubbles. Sparkling means fizzy. The first time I heard sparkling, I wondered if it literally sparkled.
Travel gives you tiny surprises. Another thing you'll hear in the lounge is small talk. "Is this seat taken?" "Are you also going to Madrid?" You can be polite without committing to a long chat. "It is, sorry," or "Yes, I am, enjoy your flight."
If you need quiet, "I'm just going to read for a bit," is gentle and clear.
Duty-free shops tempt everyone. Duty-free means certain items without local tax. Perfume, chocolate, cosmetics, sometimes alcohol. If you buy liquids, they'll usually be sealed in a special bag. Keep it sealed if you have a connection.
And keep an eye on time during layovers. I set 2 alarms, one for boarding and one for scheduled departure. If the gate looks far on the map, I leave early.
Let's do a quick gate area mini dialogue. You'll be a fellow passenger.
"Excuse me, is this the right gate for Flight 572 to Toronto?"
Yes, it is. Boarding is scheduled for 18:10.
"Thanks. Do they board by groups or rows?"
Groups 1 to 4, according to the screen. Your boarding pass shows your group.
Perfect. Appreciate it.
If you're uncertain, ask someone in uniform. Is this the line for Group 3? Or is boarding on time? Short, focused questions work best.
The delay announcement is very common. We are sorry to inform you that Flight 572 to Toronto is delayed due to weather conditions. New boarding time is 1850. Due to gives the reason.
Weather, late incoming aircraft, crew rest, those phrases appear a lot. You don't need every word. If you catch delayed and the new time, you're fine.
If there's a long delay, it's okay to ask at the counter, is there any meal voucher for delayed passengers? Not all airlines do this, but a polite ask never hurts.
I also ask, will there be further updates? So I know how glued to the gate I need to be.
Here's a short listening challenge at real speed. Attention passengers for Flight AZ119 to Rome. We are commencing boarding for Groups 1 and 2 at Gate D8. Please have your passports open to the photo page. What should you extract?
Flight AZ119 to Rome, Groups 1 and 2, Gate D8. If I miss the rest, the screen fills it in.
Exactly. 3 anchors, gate, time or group, and destination.
Gate changes are the other big one. If you hear, gate change from B7 to B19, repeat the new one out loud to fix it in your memory while you walk. B19, B19, B19.
Charging is another waiting area theme. Many gates have outlets or towers. If all are taken, try, mind if I share the outlet? People usually say yes.
And before boarding, I move my passport and boarding pass to the outer pocket so I don't panic when they call my group.
Sometimes you'll hear, we're boarding by rows today, or we'll board from the rear of the aircraft. Follow the pattern, and it's smooth.
Quick chat with a gate agent.
I'll be the agent. Go ahead.
Hi, is the flight to Lisbon still on time?
Yes, boarding will begin in about 15 minutes at Gate 12.
Great, thanks. I'm in Group 4. Should I line up now?
We'll call each group. Please remain seated until Group 4 is announced.
Thanks for the guidance.
Gate agents are happy to help. When you ask clearly and politely, keep your questions short and have your documents ready in case they need to check something.
Seat changes at the gate are sometimes possible. You can ask, is there any chance of an aisle seat? If the flight is full, be ready for a no.
If you're traveling together, we're on the same reservation. Would it be possible to sit together? Is worth a try. A smile helps.
Now a final call scenario for listeners to shadow. I'll do the announcement. You react.
Ready.
Final call for Flight QF12 to Sydney. Final call for passengers Luna Carter and Luis Mendoza. Please proceed immediately to Gate 42. The gate will close in 5 minutes.
If it's your name, you move now. No water stops. No dithering. Go.
If you arrive and it's closed, stay calm. Ask, is there any possibility to reopen? Usually it's no, but they'll guide you to rebooking.
Language note. American English says line, British English says queue. You might hear, join the line for Group B, or please queue for Group B.
Also, restroom versus toilet. In the US, restroom. In the UK, toilet or loo. Icons help, but announcements may use either word.
The classic security reminder pops up in lounges too. For security reasons, please do not leave your baggage unattended. Translation, keep your bag with you.
And if you see an unattended bag, tell staff, excuse me, there's a bag here without an owner. Then follow instructions.
Let's run one short sequence from delay to boarding. I'll narrate. You answer naturally.
Go.
Attention passengers on Flight 884 to Berlin. Your flight has been delayed. New boarding time, 2025.
I set an alarm for 2010, stay near the screens, and choose a seat with a view of the gate.
Attention passengers. Flight 884 will now board Groups 1 and 2 at Gate E11.
Passport and boarding pass in hand. I pack up and join only if I'm in those groups.
Exactly. No crowding if it isn't your turn.
Comfort tip, fill your water bottle after security and use the restroom before boarding. Lines on the plane can be long at the beginning.
If outlets are full, ask to share and keep your cable visible so you don't forget it when they call your group. I left mine at Gate C2 once. Never again.
We've all left something behind. My mantra before boarding, passport, phone, wallet, charger.
Quick vocabulary recap in a natural way. I'll say the idea. You give the word.
Deal.
Big screen with flights?
Departure board,
Getting on the plane?
boarding,
Last chance?
final call,
Tax-free shopping?
duty free,
Bubbles or not?
sparkling or still,
Place you wait?
gate,
2-time words?
on time and delayed.
Perfect. With those, you can follow announcements, ask for help, and enjoy the wait without panic.
Next chapter, we finally step onto the plane. Finding your seat, overhead bins, talking to flight attendants, and small but powerful phrases like, "Excuse me, that's my seat," and "Could I have some water, please?"
Plus comfort tips for long flights, layers, neck pillows, and asking for a blanket politely.
For now, one eye on the board, one hand on the coffee, and both ears open for announcements.
And passports in the easy pocket.
Always. See you at the gate when Group 3 is called.
See you there.
There's another listening trick I use for noisy announcements. Predict the pattern. Most include destination, flight number, gate, and a time or group. If I miss the first half, I wait for the rhythm. Destination tends to come right after flight, and the gate comes just before the instruction to proceed.
And watch out for letters that sound alike in a busy terminal. B and D, T and P. If you're unsure, confirm with a quick, "Sorry, was that gate B7 or D7?" No one will mind you double-checking.
Time formats can trip people up too. In many countries, the board shows 24-hour time. If you see 1740, convert it to 5:40 p.m. I quietly say it to myself to avoid mistakes.
Apps help. Many airlines push a gate change notification before the overhead speakers do.
While we're waiting, let's talk about boarding order words you'll hear. Pre-boarding is usually for families with small children and passengers needing assistance. Priority boarding is for certain fares or frequent flyers. Then come groups or zones by number.
If you don't understand the system, ask the gate agent, "Where can I find my boarding group?"
Here's a quick gate change confirmation dialogue. I'll be the passenger, you be the agent.
Go ahead.
Hi, did the gate for Flight 418 to Boston change to F3?
Yes, that's correct. Please proceed to F3. Boarding will begin in 10 minutes.
Thanks. One more question. Will boarding still be by groups?
Yes. We'll announce groups 1 and 2 first, then groups 3 and 4.
Great, see you there.
Sometimes you'll also hear a paging announcement. Paging Ms. Rivera, please approach the desk at gate A5. If it's your name, go to the counter at once. They might need to verify documents or check a seat issue.
Good point. And keep your ID ready when you approach. Having it in your hand speeds things up. If they repeat but you still aren't sure, ask them to point. Could you show me on the screen? Turn sound into sight.
If you hear your group or row, that's your cue to go to the gate.
Okay, before we wrap up this chapter, let's go over some useful words.
I think departure board is the first one. It's the big screen with all the flight information.
And on time means the flight is leaving exactly as scheduled. Delayed means it's leaving later than planned.
Final call is your last chance to board before the gate closes.
Duty-free means you can buy something without paying local tax.
And boarding is the process of getting on the plane.
I also liked for here or to go and take away for ordering food.
And still or sparkling water for when you order a drink.
If our listeners remember those phrases, they'll have a much easier time waiting at the airport and understanding what's going on.
And maybe they'll even enjoy the wait.
Next time, we'll be in the exciting part, actually getting on the plane and talking about the English you need during the flight.
Yes, from finding your seat to talking to the flight attendants.
And maybe a few tips for making the flight more comfortable.
Definitely. See you in the next chapter.
Here we are, Megan. We've made it past the gate, walked down the jet bridge, and now we're stepping into the plane.
Yes. That moment when the cabin smell hits you and you hear bags thump into the overhead bins.
The overhead bin is the compartment above your seat for carry-on luggage. If it's full, crew may place your bag a few rows away.
Finding space can be tough, especially if you board late. Stow wheels first so it fits better and keep coats on top only after bags are in.
Your boarding pass shows your seat number so you can go straight there instead of blocking the aisle. Moving quickly helps everyone sit faster.
You might hear a flight attendant say, "Your seat is 14B. That's the middle." Or, You're in an aisle seat.
An aisle seat is next to the walkway. A window seat is by the window. The middle seat is in the middle.
I love the aisle because I can stand up easily.
And I'm a window seat person. Clouds are my in-flight entertainment.
Wherever you sit, bigger bag in the overhead bin, personal item under the seat in front of you, seatbelt fastened.
The seatbelt is usually the first check. Please fasten your seatbelt and ensure it is securely fastened. Pull the strap to tighten. Lift the buckle to release.
Soon comes the safety demonstration, video or live. They show exits, oxygen masks, life vests, and seatbelt use.
You'll hear, please stow your tray tables and set your seat back to the upright position, and electronic devices should be set to airplane mode.
On my first flight, I didn't understand half the instructions. After a few trips, the phrases became familiar.
Then, takeoff. The engines roar, speed builds, and you lift into the air.
Your ears might pop from pressure changes. Chew gum, swallow, or yawn. Babies do well with a bottle during takeoff and landing.
After reaching cruising altitude, the seatbelt sign may turn off with a ding, and people begin to move.
That's when service starts. Snacks, drinks, or meals on longer flights.
On short flights, you may only get drinks. Would you like something to drink? Is the classic line.
Answer with, yes, I'll have water. Or, could I get a coffee, please? For tea or coffee, expect any milk or sugar?
When meals are offered, you'll hear chicken or pasta, or beef or vegetarian. It's fine to ask, what's in the pasta?
I once got a vegetarian curry. Delicious but spicy. Water saved me.
Flights are great for polite requests. Could I have another cup of tea? May I have a blanket, please? Could you help me with my bag?
Another useful question. Excuse me, where is the nearest toilet? If the seatbelt sign is on, ask, is it okay if I go now? They may ask you to wait.
Turbulence, when the plane shakes due to changing air, is usually not dangerous. You'll hear, please return to your seat and fasten your seatbelt.
Knowing those phrases lowers stress when the cabin gets bumpy.
Mid-flight, you might hear, we will be landing in approximately 20 minutes. Prepare, seats upright, tray tables stowed, window shades adjusted.
I always feel a mix of excitement and sadness. Arriving is great, but the little world of the cabin is ending.
Let's do a few mini role plays so listeners can shadow real conversations.
Perfect. I'll start as the passenger. You'll be the flight attendant. Mini role play 1, seating and bins.
Good afternoon, welcome aboard. What's your seat number?
14B.
That's the middle seat on the left. Overhead space is tight. Could you place your backpack under the seat in front of you?
Sure. Is it okay if I keep my jacket in the bin?
Absolutely. Just make sure the bin closes securely.
Done. Thank you.
You're welcome. Please keep the aisle clear while others board.
Mini role play 2, requests during cruise.
Would you like anything to drink?
Yes. Could I have still water, please? No ice?
Of course. Would you like a snack?
Yes, please. Also, may I have a blanket?
Certainly. Here you go.
Mini role play 3, seatbelt sign and turbulence.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned on the seatbelt sign. Please return to your seats and fasten your seatbelts.
Excuse me, is it okay to use the restroom first?
I'm afraid not right now. It should be a short period. Thank you for your patience.
Those short exchanges cover most of what you'll need.
Let's add a few comfort phrases. Could I change to an aisle seat if one is available? Would it be possible to switch seats so I can sit with my friend? Could you come back to me later?
Cabin features vocabulary helps too. Call button, reading light, and air vent. The call button signals the crew, the reading light is overhead, the vent controls airflow.
If you push the call button by accident, say, "Sorry, that was an accident," when the attendant arrives.
Temperature varies. If you're cold, could I have another blanket? If you're warm, adjust the vent or remove a layer.
Motion sickness is common. Ask, do you have any sick bags nearby? Or could I have some ginger ale?
Ear discomfort? Ask for water and swallow or yawn. Special earplugs help. Children manage pressure with snacks or bottles.
Seat etiquette. Recline gently and check behind you. Armrests are negotiable. Ask, would you mind if I use this armrest? Middle seat usually gets at least one armrest by courtesy.
Headphone etiquette. If your audio leaks, lower the volume. If your neighbor is sleeping and you need to pass, a light "excuse me" beats a poke.
Aisle passengers often stand to let others in and out. If you're at the window and need to go, wait for a calm moment between service carts.
Service carts, those metal trolleys in the aisle, are heavy. Keep knees and elbows in when they pass.
You'll hear, "We're beginning our initial descent." That means we're heading down toward the airport.
Then, cabin crew, prepare for landing. And please place larger electronic devices in your bags and ensure small devices are secured.
Before landing, airlines may ask you to open or close window shades. It helps with safety and lighting.
After touchdown, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign has been turned off.
Everyone wants to stand, but staying seated keeps the aisle clear and safe.
Entertainment systems bring extra words: touchscreen, headphone jack, subtitles, volume. If you can't hear, ask, "Could you check my headphone connection?"
Some flights use your phone for entertainment. They'll say, "Connect to our Wi-Fi and open the airline app." Ask, "Is there a free option?"
Long-haul tips: hydrate and move when the sign is off. "Could I have some water, please?" is a powerful phrase.
Special meals are ordered before the flight. If you forgot, you can ask, "Are there any vegetarian meals left?" Sometimes yes, sometimes not.
Dietary words you might hear: gluten-free, lactose-free, halal, kosher, vegan. If you have allergies, say, "I have a nut allergy. Could you advise me on the meal?"
Trash collection is called a trash run. You'll hear, "We'll be coming through to collect any waste." Hand over cups and wrappers.
If you spill something, "I spilled my drink. Could I have some napkins, please?" solves it quickly.
Parents often need the lavatory changing table. Ask, "Which lavatory has the changing table?"
Lavatory is the aircraft word for restroom. The sign shows occupied or vacant. Some doors slide, others pull inward.
Let's run a small language drill. Repeat after us.
Ready.
Need help with your bag? Could you help me with my bag?
Could you help me with my bag?
Want another drink? Could I have another water, please?
Could I have another water, please?
Want to sleep? Could I have an eye mask and earplugs?
Could I have an eye mask and earplugs?
Perfect.
2 more quick scenarios before landing. Gate-checked bags and seat swaps.
Gate-checked bags are taken at the aircraft door when overhead bins are full and returned at the door after the flight. Keep valuables in your personal item.
Seat swaps. If someone asks to switch so they can sit with family and you're okay with it, sure, no problem. If not, "I'm sorry, I need to keep this seat," is polite.
Near landing, you might hear, "Cabin crew, please be seated for landing. Service ends and crew buckle up."
After arrival, you'll hear, "Welcome to," plus local time and temperature. Almost there, but wait for the seatbelt sign to turn off.
Then stand carefully, open the overhead bin slowly, and say, "Heads up," if something shifts.
Final short role play. Last-minute restroom request.
Great.
Mini role play 4. Final approach. "Excuse me, is it okay to use the lavatory before landing?"
We've begun our final approach, so the lavatories must remain closed. It'll be about 15 minutes. Thank you for understanding.
No problem. I'll wait. One announcement to train your ear for is the mid-flight update from the cockpit. From the flight deck, we're cruising at 37,000 feet. Estimated arrival time is 18:05 local time.
If you only catch 2 details, make them smooth or bumpy and the arrival time. That tells you whether to expect turbulence and whether to speed up your in-flight routine. Restroom, water, packing your things.
It also helps to skim the safety card in your seat pocket. It shows the aircraft layout and exits. Knowing exit row and overwing exit is useful if crew confirm responsibilities.
Carry-on size rules vary. If staff ask, "Could you try your bag in the sizer?" they mean the metal frame near the gate. On board, place hard cases in the bin and soft items under the seat to save space. A quick, "Is this spot free?" avoids moving a stranger's bag.
Finally, if you have a connection, listen for passengers connecting. 2, please speak to a gate agent on arrival. You can also ask the crew, "Could you tell me the gate for my next flight?" They often have the latest information.
Quick vocabulary recap woven into a checklist.
Overhead bin and personal items stowed, seatbelt fastened, tray table up, seat back upright, window shade adjusted, devices on airplane mode, call button only when needed.
Aisle, window, middle, takeoff, cruising altitude, descent, landing, turbulence, lavatory, blanket, headset, vent, reading light.
And the magic phrases, could I? May I? Would it be possible? Plus, thank you, excuse me, and sorry.
With those, you can handle almost any in-flight situation with calm, clear English.
Next chapter, we'll leave the aircraft and face immigration and customs. Forms, lines, questions, and simple, confident answers.
For now, enjoy the quiet hum of the cabin and the wing against the clouds.
And the small triumph of mastering the phrases that make flying feel easy.
See you on the ground. Megan, look out the window. We can see the city already. That means we're almost there.
Yes, I can see the roads and tiny cars. The pilot just announced we'll be landing in 15 minutes.
That's when they usually make the final announcements. Please fasten your seatbelts, put your seat backs in the upright position, and stow your tray tables.
And if you're by the window, they'll ask you to open the window shade. It's part of safety, so the crew can see outside in case of an emergency.
I always find landing exciting. The wheels touch the ground, there's that burst of speed, and then the brakes press you forward as everything slows.
And right after landing, people start standing too early, even though the seatbelt sign is still on.
True. It's safer and calmer to wait until you may now stand up and collect your belongings.
Once the aircraft comes to a complete stop and the door opens, we'll walk out through the jet bridge, or sometimes downstairs to a bus if the plane parks on the apron.
Okay, the chime just sounded. Seatbelt sign off. Ready to stand?
Ready. I'll open the overhead bin slowly. Heads up, nothing falls out.
I'll double check. Passport, phone, wallet, headphones. All right, let's shuffle forward, row by row.
Here we are at the door. Thank you. Goodbye. I always like to say thanks to the crew.
Same. They've kept us safe. Down the jet bridge we go. And now, immigration.
Immigration is where they check your passport and, if required, your visa. The officer asks a few short questions to confirm why you're entering the country.
Common ones are, what is the purpose of your visit? How long will you stay? And where will you be staying?
Let's role-play a simple conversation so listeners can shadow along.
I'll be the officer. You be the traveler.
Ready?
Good afternoon. What is the purpose of your visit?
I'm here on holiday.
How long will you stay?
2 weeks.
Where will you be staying?
At the Riverside Hotel in the city center. Here's the booking confirmation.
Thank you. Do you have a return ticket?
Yes, here it is. I'm flying back on the 24th.
Great. Enjoy your stay.
Thank you.
Just like that. Short, clear answers. If you're traveling for business, you'd say, I'm here for meetings, or I'm attending a conference. Keep it simple.
If you're visiting family, I'm visiting relatives for 10 days. If you're studying, I'm starting a language course. Here's my letter of enrollment.
Tone matters. Even if the officer sounds serious, respond politely and calmly. It's their job to be precise.
If you don't understand, say, sorry, could you repeat the question? Or, could you speak a little more slowly, please?
Some airports have e-gates for eligible passports. You scan your document and face, and that's it. No interview. If an e-gate doesn't work, a staff member will direct you to a manual desk. Immigration done. Now we follow the signs to baggage claim. That's where you collect your checked luggage, the big suitcase you handed over at check-in.
Look for your flight on the carousel screens. Flight 472 from Madrid, belt 6. Great, let's head to 6.
While we wait, vocabulary check. The moving belt is the conveyor. The whole area is baggage claim. Each loop is a carousel. The metal tags are baggage tags.
I always worry my bag won't show up. The trick is to recognize it quickly. A bright strap or sticker helps.
There it is. Grab the handle and lift safely. Bend the knees, not the back.
And what if your bag doesn't arrive? Let's walk through that scenario too.
Good idea. We'd go to the airline's baggage service desk and file a PIR, a Property Irregularity Report.
The conversation might go like this.
Hello, my suitcase didn't arrive on flight 472 from Madrid.
I'm sorry to hear that. May I see your passport and baggage claim tag?
Of course. Here they are.
Could you describe the bag? Size, color, any distinctive features?
A medium, hard-shell navy suitcase with a yellow strap and a sticker of a small bear.
Thank you. Please provide a delivery address and phone number. We'll contact you as soon as it's located.
And then they give you a reference number. Keep it. Many bags turn up on the next flight.
Meanwhile, ask about essentials. Do you offer an overnight kit?
Assuming our bag has arrived, the next stop is customs.
Customs checks whether you're bringing items you need to declare, like large amounts of cash, expensive goods, or restricted foods.
Many airports have 2 lanes, green for nothing to declare, red for goods to declare.
If in doubt, ask, "Excuse me, should I declare this?" It's better to ask than risk a fine.
Countries often restrict fresh fruit, meat, seeds, and plants for biosecurity reasons. I once had apples taken away. Lesson learned.
Me too. Honey was not allowed in one country I visited. Always check rules before you pack.
We've cleared customs. We step into arrivals. And the energy changes. Families waiting, signs with names, people hugging.
I love that moment. The noise of rolling suitcases and the mix of languages.
Now we're officially in. Next challenge, getting from the airport to the city.
Transport options usually include taxis, ride-hailing apps, buses, trains, and car rentals. Signs with icons help.
Let's practice a quick taxi conversation.
You be the traveler. I'll be the driver.
Hi, could you take me to the Grand Hotel on River Street, please?
Sure. Highway is faster now. The estimate is around 35. Is that okay?
Yes, thank you. Are there extra charges for tolls?
I'll add tolls to the meter and give you a receipt.
Perfect.
In places without meters, ask the price first. How much to the Grand Hotel? If it seems unclear, could you write the amount?
For ride-hailing apps, confirm the license plate and driver name before you get in. A quick, "Hi, is this for Luna?" prevents mix-ups.
Airport trains are often the quickest to the city center. At the machine, one way to Central Station, please. Or return ticket for tomorrow.
If a machine confuses you, the information desk can save time. Excuse me, which platform for the city center train?
If you arrive late at night, check when the last train leaves. If you're renting a car, ask, "Is insurance included?"
Let's add 2 hotel check-in lines once you reach the city.
At reception, "Good evening. I have a reservation under Luna Carter. Welcome. May I see your passport and a credit card for the deposit?"
If your room isn't ready, could you store my luggage? Most hotels have a luggage room. Back to the airport arrival moment. What if you're meeting someone with a sign?
They might hold a card with your name, "Miss Carter approach," and say, "Hi, I'm Luna Carter. Confirm the company. Are you with City Transfers?"
If you can't find your driver, call or message. "Hi, this is Luna. I'm at Exit B, next to the coffee shop."
Many airports offer free Wi-Fi after a quick email confirmation.
Let's summarize keywords in a conversational way so they stick.
I'll say the situation. You give the term.
Go.
Picking up your big suitcase area?
Baggage claim, look for the carousel and belt number.
Passport check just after arrival?
Immigration.
Declaring goods or walking through nothing to declare?
Customs. Green lane if you have nothing, red if you do.
Person who checks you in at the border?
Immigration officer.
Machine you use instead of an officer?
E-gate.
Report when your bag is missing?
PIR, Property Irregularity Report.
Official car for hire line at the curb?
Taxi stand.
Great. Now, a listening drill as it might sound in the terminal. Fast and echoey. I'll read. You pick out the essentials.
Ready.
Attention passengers arriving on Flight 621 from Lisbon. Please proceed to Baggage Claim 4. Oversized luggage will be available at Carousel 7. For customs, passengers with goods to declare, please follow the red signs.
Essentials. Baggage claim. 4. Oversized at Carousel. 7. Red signs for declarations.
Exactly.
Now let's practice immigration answers with different purposes. I'll ask, You answer concisely.
Okay.
Purpose of your visit?
Business meetings. 3 days. Staying at Parkview Hotel.
Purpose?
Visiting family for 2 weeks. Here's the address.
Purpose?
Studying English. I have an enrollment letter from my school.
Nicely done. Some officers may ask about funds. How will you support yourself? You can say, I have a credit card and savings, or show proof of sponsorship.
They might also ask, do you have travel insurance? It's not always required, but it's good to have.
One last mini dialogue. Customs with food.
I'll be the officer again.
Hello, I have packaged cookies and cheese. Do I need to declare them?
Cookies are fine. Cheese may have restrictions depending on type. Please place them on the counter so we can check the labels.
Here they are.
Thank you. The cookies are allowed. The cheese must stay behind.
Understood. Thank you for the explanation.
Arrivals can be tiring after a long flight. Drink water, stretch, and be patient with yourself if your brain feels slow in English.
Give yourself small scripts. For example, taxi to the Riverside Hotel, please. How much is it approximately? Could you write it down?
Or for trains. 1 adult to Central Station. Is this the right platform?
If your phone battery is low, ask, is there a charging point nearby? Keep a universal adapter in your bag if you travel internationally.
Currency can be confusing. ATMs often give better exchange rates than kiosks. Watch for fees.
Safety note, keep your bag closed, wallet in a front pocket or zipped compartment, and avoid counting cash in open spaces. Finally, a gentle checklist for the moment you step into the city.
Passport secure, phone charging, hotel address saved offline, transport chosen, a simple help sentence ready.
And remember the mindset tip. You don't need perfect English. You need clear, polite English. Short sentences beat long explanations.
Which brings us to our closing reflection for this chapter.
Arriving is both an ending and a beginning. The flight's over, the trip starts. You've navigated instructions, answered questions, and made small decisions in English along the way.
That's real communication. Each step, fasten seatbelt, purpose of visit, taxi to the hotel, please, is a small win that adds up.
If today's phrases live in your head, the airport becomes a puzzle you already know how to solve.
And once you solve the airport puzzle, the city opens up. Cafes, museums, parks, meetings, friends.
In our final episode, we'll wrap up the series with a quick review and some encouragement for your next journey.
Until then, welcome to your destination, and enjoy every step between the arrivals hall and your first view of the city at street level.
See you in the last part. And here we are, Megan. We've reached the end of our journey together, from check-in to security, boarding, the flight, and finally arriving at our destination.
It's been quite the trip. I hope our listeners feel more confident now, ready to travel in English without feeling lost.
You know, when we started this series, our main goal wasn't just to teach airport vocabulary. It was to show that English is not just words in a book. It's something you live, something you use when you're excited, nervous, tired, or even jet-lagged.
Exactly. The airport is full of emotions. Goodbyes, new beginnings, reunions. Language connects those moments and helps you move from one to the next.
And even when you make mistakes, you can still communicate. A smile, a polite phrase, and a little confidence can take you a long way.
Remember when I told you about going to the wrong gate because I misheard the announcement? Even as a native speaker, I still get things wrong.
Which proves the point. Mistakes aren't failure. They're evidence that you're trying. Every attempt gives you feedback. You adjust, you learn, you improve.
The more you use English in real life, the more natural it becomes. It's like a muscle. The more you practice, the stronger and more flexible it gets.
I like to think of learning English as a journey, not a race. You'll hit turbulence, fast announcements, new accents, unexpected gate changes. But you'll also have sunny moments where you surprise yourself.
Like answering a question at immigration without hesitation, or ordering coffee and being understood the first time. Those small wins build momentum.
To everyone listening, thank you for traveling with us. You've walked through each step with curiosity and courage.
Keep listening to English. Keep speaking it, even to yourself when there's no one around. Narrate what you're doing, shadow announcements, repeat key phrases out loud.
And remember, the goal isn't perfection, it's connection. If you can ask for help, share an idea, or make someone smile in English, you're already succeeding.
Carry the phrases and habits from this series into your next trip. Check the departure board, confirm the gate, ask politely, and breathe when plans change.
Build tiny routines. Set a boarding reminder, keep documents in the same pocket, snap a photo of your gate number, and learn 2 ways to say the same request.
When anxiety kicks in, return to simple scripts. Excuse me, is this the right gate? Could you repeat that, please? Thank you for your help. These lines are anchors.
And keep a learner's mindset. Each airport is a classroom. Every sign, announcement, and interaction is a mini lesson.
When you walk through an airport again, we hope you'll hear our voices reminding you, you can do this.
Because you can.
Before we say goodbye, one last encouragement. Celebrate progress. Maybe today you understood a fast announcement. Maybe you asked for directions with a clear, calm voice. That counts.
It all counts. Confidence comes from action. Small, repeated, intentional action.
So take care, keep practicing, and travel with an open mind and heart. Treat mistakes as maps, not walls.
And be kind to yourself and to others on the journey. A little patience in a long line goes a long way.
Until our next adventure together, thank you for listening and for trusting us with your time.
Goodbye, everyone, and safe travels wherever you're headed next.